Hello, and welcome to another live broadcast. Oh, let's be sure everything is good. All right, everything looks and sounds fine. Well, just a few things that I want to talk about in this live podcast. It's been kind of rough around here because the death of two in the last 6, 7 months, and in just a lot of legal documents and everything else that we have to go through. And it's almost like daily things that we have to do and get phone calls and everything else. Be sure all the I's are dotted twice and all the T's are crossed. But I'm trying to get through it and get back to a regular schedule program every week of being live. I got it down that I can post twice a week on Wednesday and Friday, and I got videos already scheduled week past of tax day, April 15th. I think 1 or 2 days past that already scheduled to go public. But one thing I want to talk about is I got a WISP router that has been misbehaving, I guess. But I don't really think it's the router itself. What happens is the router itself is disconnecting from the UISP software. I thought that it's dropping out internet as well. But come to find out, I went over there and it's not. Because I noticed all the equipment down the line past that never dropped. And the dish from that does the point to point that is plugged into the router, I look at the traffic on it and it's just going 50 and all the way up to 115 or 120 megabits per second. No issues. And I haven't had anybody complain about the internet. I mean, I've done a few installs since then as well and had no issues, even though in the app it says it's offline. So I went and checked the Ethernet wire from the modem to the UISP router. I replaced it. Within the hour, dropped out. Pretty much everything from the router and out to the backhaul. As much as I could. I started at the backhaul modem and started from there. I replaced the Ethernet wire. Then I replaced the power wire that goes from the power brick to the router itself. I've done some research online and see what other people would say or what AI and all that would say. It said it can be a Ethernet wire issue. It can be a power issue. So I replaced the power wire from the power brick to the router. 2 hours later, I say, it did it again. Then I replaced the power cord that feeds the brick. Still did it. I replaced the power supply, the power brick itself, with a new one from another router. Still same thing. Then I said, fine, let's go to the extreme. I took the new router, programmed it with the same IP, unplugged the other one, and gave it a new wire from the modem to the router, new power cord, new power brick, new wire from the power brick to the router, and a new router. I thought I had the problem fixed because it lasted a little bit over 7 hours with no hiccups. Then all of a sudden, that was like 2 o'clock, 2:30 or so when I did that. And about 5 hours later, it was like 6:30, 7:30, somewhere around there. I know I was sitting down and eating, and I got ding. I was like, huh, something went offline. I looked, and lo and behold, the new router doing the same thing. And it started to do it just like the other one. Maybe once an hour, once every 2 hours. Usually 3 hours is about the longest that it will actually go offline. And when it goes offline, it didn't stay off like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Sometimes it'll go 30 minutes to an hour and then come back on. It was all over the place. And I have not had a chance to go over there to address deeper into the issue to see if I can figure out what it is. Because I've been installing and the new RV park running fiber and setting up box and stuff like that. And the only way I can see, since it's only the router that's actually having an issue and no other equipment is dropping out, no clients, no infrastructure equipment, the APs, point to point, nothing is dropping out. I plugged the laptop in directly to the router, the first one and the second one that I replaced it with. Got full speed that I was supposed to have. Done ping, and it was doing like 18 to 42. Usually it's lower 30s or upper 20s. No issue. It just kept on dropping out of the UISP software. I used different key. Made no difference. So what I'm thinking of doing, I think it's something on the backhaul side. And the only way I can eliminate that, well, there's another way, but the easiest way for me to do it is take my Starlink and let it be the backhaul. Get over there early one day. I'm talking, I mean, since it's all outside, I can get over there, 6, 7 in the morning and plug it in and sit at the picnic table and see what happens. But that's the only way I can see to figure out if it's the backhaul, the modem itself. And if it is, then I can call in a ticket and say, hey, y'all got an issue over here because my equipment keeps dropping off, not out of service, but it just keeps dropping out. If y'all can come check the DB or whatever on your lines and be sure something is not out of whack. It may be the modem itself. I have not unplugged the modem and let it power cycle and see if that fixes the problem. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go over there. I'm supposed to be over there this week. I'm just going to unplug it and then plug it back in and see if that makes any difference. If not, then I'm going to take time out and actually go put Starlink on it for a whole day and see if it will stop going out of the UISP software. I mean, nobody knows it's going out. It's not affecting anybody's service. But it's just one of them issues you possibly will have when you run a WISP. But I will make a video and let you know what it is. So if you're watching this video, here it is, March the, what is the date? I don't even keep up with days anymore. March the 22nd. don't know when that video is going to be. It's going to be definitely next month because I've already got videos scheduled, I think, till like the 17th of next month. So it's going to be second half of April before it is revealed of what I find. So leave in the comments below this video of what you think it is and see if you're right when the video actually comes out. At the new RV park, the one that has not even got power yet, they got all their RV stack heads up, got the wires ran, but the power coming in has not been connected up to their main meter base to be able to feed all them stack heads. And I think he's got something like 30, 40 of them already in. He's not going to put all 320 some, I do believe it's supposed to be for the whole park. I think he's doing something like 30, 35 at a time just to pretty much get his feet wet and see actually how it's going to play out and see if it's actually going to be worth to grow any bigger. I went there and set up the box, got the fiber ran, got the modem in. Got the fiber modem in, got my UISP router in there, and I've tested the fiber that I have, be sure it's still not cut, and I got light all the way at the end. But the splice I made in the ground needs attention. I don't want to talk too much about it because I made a video of it. You'll find that out when I make the video. Well, when the video goes public, it's already been uploaded. But I'm going to try to go over there and put the switch, the UISP switch, in the RV park itself and get my little UPS just to power it up and plug in the laptop, see what kind of speed I get. Be sure I'm getting all the speed that I have from the beginning where the router is. But for some reason, they already ran me a line. It's already active, but I got a second line. And I don't know why. Nobody ever said anything, but you'll see that in the video about that. So when that comes out, try to explain why they, what you think why they did it. And a few other things about the new park, but I don't want to go into too much detail because pretty much you won't need to watch the videos. That kind of beats the purpose of doing this. And something else I'm going to do too is the good old EdgeRouter X routers that I started out with are fabulous. They work like a charm. But in a WISP environment, it really taxes the hardware. If you take it and just log into it and set up as default and then let it be, set whatever IP you want in there. Default is 192.168.1.1. Say you just set it up to default, that it little screen says you want to set up as default firewall and all. Yes, boom, done. You plug in the internet in one, and you got the rest of the ports as LAN. You will get your 1 gig out of it. But as soon as you tell it to do traffic shaping, suspension, it cuts the speed down tremendously, more than half. I set that thing up in the very first one, and I did a test, and I had 400 down from the modem, and then it was like a 6-inch wire feeding the EdgeRouter X. And when that was set up as a gateway in the software, I could not get it past 300. Usually it was somewhere 225 and 250. So now, since my backhaul provider is bumping up their packages, what used to be 300 down is now 500 down. That's the smallest that I can get is 500. It's 500, 750, and 1 gig. So the EdgeRouter X can't even do the smallest package I can get. So why use it when I'm cutting myself in half of the speed? I would have to put some kind of, I would have to put like 2 of them in there. Or actually 3. I would have to put 1 in there and not program it to do nothing but be a router. And then come out of port 1, feed 1 that does the traffic shaping and all, and come out of port 2 and do traffic shaping, so I can get 250 here and 250 out of this one. That's about the only way I can do it, the way it looks. But that's a lot of extra power cords, extra wires. And do I miss, in the chat there, do I miss making videos of HVAC? Yes, I miss working on HVAC. But the only reason, really main reason I got out of doing heat and air is the wear and tear that it puts on your body of all that heavy lifting and stuff. I wanted to get out of it before it damaged any of myself. And I'm glad I did. Because next month of April, I'm going to turn 60 years old. But I don't feel it. I'm still able to climb cell towers. I mean, 150, 200 feet up and not be out of breath. I don't have aches and pains of joints. I don't have, I don't get tired during the day, like I got to take a nap. I'm still going. But we all know when your time is up, your time is up. When you were born, you got so many heartbeats. When it's the last beat, that's it. I don't care if you exercise, eat right. For example, we just had Chuck Norris pass away. You know good and well he's in good health. All the commercials he making, how he eats well and good as he looked and all, healthy wise. But his time is up. His time is up. But you have to live each and every day and be blessed that you get up. As long as I can get up out of bed and I can get coffee in my hand, I'm blessed for the whole day. Because the good grace of God has got me up and got a plan for me for the day. I'm not going to argue. Just get me up and get my coffee. And I'm yours all day long. You never know when your time's up. Don't waste it. But that's a topic for the other channel. But that's the main reason why I wanted to get out of heat and air is the wear and tear that it would be putting on myself as I got older. I wanted to still be going out, meeting people, traveling, doing something to get me out of the house. And I just fell into this network hobby by accident. I went for, God, let's see, 12. I went somewhere around 6, 7 years doing a little pity here, little pity stuff here and there, trying to find things to get out. And then this just fell in my lap in late part of 2019, like in November. And here I am. I think I got something like a dozen RV parks, 13 RV parks now. And I'm still able to do it all by myself because all I basically have to do in this WISP, in my case, is take the equipment, that's all. Something else I want to talk about is the routers I got. Is take the equipment, take the CPE, take uh, the AirCube, program it, go to the place, get the pole if it needs one to put the CPE on, plug it in, wire it up, activate their account, get their devices connected, see if they got any questions. Usually an hour to 2 hours, because I can do one. I've done one in 35 minutes with no issue, because nobody was there, and I just buckled down and just popped it in there, and it was done. But it takes 2 hours because I like talking to people and get that relationship going. That's what I like about doing heat and air. Always travel, always meet new people. Never know who I'm going to meet. Get ideas from the people. Find people that makes different kind of pecans mix. The honey mix and everything else on it. All kinds of stuff like that you never would met if you didn't go out there all the time and meet new people. So it's pretty much the same thing, but it's a lot lighter duty of what I have to do. It's pretty much driving around and climb up a ladder maybe once in a while, up on a roof, running wires. But that's one of the main reasons why I want to get out, because I want to get out before it actually done any damage to myself. And also, I wanted to travel. And if I was doing heat and air all the time, when it's real cold, I would be busy. When it's real hot, this is North Carolina, and the real hot and real cold can be real cold on Wednesday and extremely hot on Thursday. And just a week ago, I went to bed at 9 o'clock and it said it was 63 degrees out. So now I woke up and it said 33, and that was at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what I do? Sleep all the way through summer? But that's the way the weather's around here. And it's no different now than it was then. But I wanted to do something that is a lot lighter work, but still meet new people and still get me to travel. The internet WISP has gotten me to travel further by by long means of the heat and air ever did. Heat and air kept me in the North Carolina state. This WISP has taken me to Florida, taken me to Georgia, it's taken me to Louisiana, it's taken me to Texas, New Mexico, all the way to Arizona, Virginia. And now, what's been brewing for probably 3 years now, and it's still in progress of getting done. I got a call today to a fella that saw my video and was interested in doing something just like that, where in the location where he's at. And he came up and hung out with me for like a week, put hands on, to see what it's all about and see if it's something that he really wants to get into. And after a week, he was hooked. He said, this is just, it provides a good service to people, and it's easy to do, and it's something that you can do in multiple different places. So what he wants to do is put a infrastructure in the Bahamas, and he wants me to overlook the project. He's going to pretty much take care of getting me there, room and board and all, and we're just going to go do what we need to do, to put boots on the ground, they say, to lay out the infrastructure, what equipment it needs to get it done, find out where the backhaul is going to be. He's got to get up with the internet providers there to get a backhaul and see where they can actually provide it, according to the location of the places he wants to provide internet, where he wants his clients, what tower is it going to take, how big the tower is going to take, what equipment it's going to take. Then he can actually place an order for all the equipment. He's got people over there that he can get to help to climb and install and run the wires and all that. He pretty much wants me to go over there and say, you need this radio on that tower pointing 187 degrees that way, and to program that equipment, and then they're going to take it and actually put it up on the towers, and then we'll go on the other side and do the exact same thing to receive the internet and show them people how to actually program and all that. But he still wants me there even after they know how to do it, just to be sure that they're not overlooking anything. So if it pans out, you will be seeing some videos from the Bahamas doing exactly what I'm doing now, but in a total different, warm, nice environment. I don't know when that's going to be, but he's in Egypt right now because that's where his family is. He called me and it was like 10, 11 o'clock or so in the morning. And he said it's like 5 o'clock there. So I can't remember exactly what time it was when he called me because I know it was before lunch. And he said it's 5 o'clock. I said, man, you half a day ahead of me. Or very close to it. But he's thinking coming back sometime between now and next, well, Friday of this week, actually. And he's got to get up with a lawyer and go through all the documentation, the legal stuff and everything that he's got to have in place to present it when he goes over there. And he said if everything goes to plan and his estimation of going over there, just him and I, to just go over it all, see what it's going to take. I mean, I can look at Google Maps and all, but I can't get really down on the ground and really look. That will be, if it goes to his according plan, it would be sometime in May of this year. So if that pans out, you'll see me in the Bahamas. But I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to be happening. I don't know. If it does, I'm all on board, ready to go, though. A lot of things going to be happening on this channel, and that's one of the big ones. If it does, which as passionate he is of making this become materialized, I believe it's actually going to happen because he's really passionate about it. He said he's got a lot of places over there that has one choice of internet, Starlink. Starlink's great. I got Starlink. But the cost, he knows he can compete with the cost. So that's all out of my hands. If it's going to happen or not, I'm just sitting idly by and waiting to see what's the next step. And the issue with the Edge Router X, not really an issue, it's just a downfall that with it doing all the trafficking and everything, the speed just drops. So I'm going to switch out all the Edge Router X routers to the new UISP routers, because when you do the traffic shaping and all on them, it drops it. Let's see what I got, 750 package on one at the part that I'm having it disconnecting, and I got the full speed out of it. Actually, it was 760 something, I do believe I was actually getting. So it would do more than the mid package, 750 down. and 30 up, I think it is, have no issues. I'm going to switch them all out to that. So I'm going to have a lot of them little routers. I got 3 brand new. The seal on the box has never been broken. And I'm going to have, let's see, I got 1, 2, probably 10 more that I'm going to be pulling out and getting that done. So you'll see the videos about that. I got the backhaul that feeds the part that I'm actually in the home that let us put the equipment in their home to actually feed the park. I'm going to put a new box, which they're supposed to be here this week. The nice white boxes that you can put a fan actually up in, like the ceiling of it, and the thermostat, waterproof, and all is nice. The other boxes I had, the metal ones, there was no ventilation whatsoever. I like these, and they're a little bit more costly. I think about $18, but just be able to put a fan in it and it keep it cool, and be able to put a lock on it. I'm ready to go with it. So I'm going to switch all the ones that have not been upgraded yet. So all them plastic ones, taking them out. I got one, I don't know if the video's live public yet or not, but one I got that where I had to go unplug the power and plug it back into the EdgeRouter X, and it came all back online. But that box, the ventilation that covers the fan, you can just touch it, and it just brittle, just falls apart. So it's all plastic, thick plastic, but the sun just brutal on that. And this metal, I got 2 or 3 out there now, and they are holding up just like they're brand new. So I want to switch them out. It gives me more room to play with as well. It comes with a shelf in there and a mounting plate in the back that I can actually attach to. So I'm going to take the one that feeds the park that I'm in, take it out of the home, put it in the box on the outside, and I'm planning on, instead of having a point-to-point relay to get it into the RV park, because right now the modem and the router, EdgeRouter X, is in the home, and then the wires ran out to their shop with the dish on it that sends it over to their back fence over to my RV. I want to eliminate that, and since I got some around 4 miles of fiber, I'm going to see if they will allow me to bury my fiber in their backyard beside the fence and the chicken pen and all, and get it over to my RV. I've already got fiber run from my RV in the park down the fence and feeding the second tower, because the trees that's next to my RV is at least 3, if not 4 times bigger than they were when I actually moved in there back in 2020. And the 5 gigahertz radios don't go through there too well. So I put up another tower, and the owner said, yeah, if you need it, just keep it, nice and neat. So I put it in there, and he says, when you going to get that fiber in there? I'm like, it's already there. I got the spade and actually put it in there, and he never knew that it was actually already put in. But I'm going to try to get the fiber ran from that house to my RV, so I have 100% of the speed to my RV and also the APs in the park. Hopefully they'll let me run the fiber. I've already mentioned it to them, and they said, yeah, I don't see why not. We'll talk about it when you come by to fix your problem that you got now, that for whatever reason, the EdgeRouter X and the modem, the backhaul modem, dropped out. They powered cycle it for me because it's in their home. Modem came back on. EdgeRouter X came back on. The dish in the backyard that sends it over, still offline, means everything after it is offline as well. So I got to go check that first thing tomorrow morning. It may be what it was before when it rained real bad. The wire that goes from the power pole next to the home that's buried in the ground all the way to the shop out there, they didn't run a new wire. They stripped them both ends, put wire nuts on it. They didn't seal it in any kind of box. So I do believe just the ground got saturated and the breaker tripped. I told them don't worry about it. There's only 2 people out there right now using the internet, so they can deal with it. I've sent a mass mail to everybody, so be sure everybody knows about it. I'm going to walk over there and go straight to the breaker box and look at the 30 amp. Hopefully I can just do that and it comes back on. Then as soon as I see it come back on the map, on the app, that everything's back online, then I got to go to the part that's out on the beach and discuss some things about their camera wiring management. You'll see a video about that too. That's what I have all going on. And it really hadn't even got warm weather yet. I mean, it's got in the 70s and 80s, but the summer really is not here yet. Usually, maybe May is when it really starts getting warm and people start showing up, but they're showing up early this year. It was, let's see, yesterday I had 3 installs in the exact same RV park, which is the big one that I got at the beach. So they'll just be showing up. It's word of mouth. I asked them, I said, how did you hear about us? Well, we were told about it, and our next door neighbor got it, or a couple doors down, and we just waited to see what they say about it. And they said they haven't had any issues. So we decided to jump aboard because they had, let's see, what was it? Brightspeed. And it's all through telephone lines, and the maximum they were getting is 10 down on a good day. And the price they were paying was triple the price they would be paying when they got the package from me, and almost triple the speed. I looked and see what equipment they had, and I said, this is what you'll need. And the smallest package was more than what they needed. I said, try it. If you don't like it, we can bump you up to the next one, but I don't think you will. Now, I do have people moving up to packages because they said it's working, so we want to add cameras and stuff like that. Got one that added, I think, like 8 cameras. They said, just give me the biggest package. It's been working for a year now, no problem. We just want the biggest package, and we're just going to throw some security cameras and stuff like that we want, and a weather station. So it speaks for itself. And if they do have problems, they just write up a ticket. I go out there, figure out what it is, fix it. That's all you can do. Of course, you know you're going to have them clients that going to complain. It can be off for 10 minutes. Now, I know we're going to get credit for this time that it's out, and I look at it, it's been off for 15 minutes. And then, as I investigate on it, come find out it's their GFI outlet on their stack head where they plug in their RV has stripped because the rain that we had. They still want credit, but even though it wasn't any of my equipment that caused the outage on their Wi-Fi. Now, of course, you know, as long as they don't abuse it, I said, okay. I said, it was the GFI. It's not any of our equipment, but we'll be generous to give you a day credit or 2 days or whatever, just to make them happy. But if I have anybody that just wants to abuse it, then I'm like, it's not any of my equipment. You need to get somebody in the park to fix your GFI. And I refuse to give them any credit. And I have a few that comes that way, and eventually some of them will come back and say, "Yeah, you're right. I apologize." It's just you don't know what they have going on in their life, and they feel they got it. What word I want to use? Excel. They want to take it out on somebody or their frustration, all the anger or whatever is going on in their life. They got to, pretty much get it out somewhere, and something happens in their life. Other than that, that's where they explode. And I understand. I was like, it's all good. Hopefully, whatever is going on, you get it fixed and get back to normal life. But you got internet. That's all you can really do. You can't let them get under your skin and let them make it as you need to do a better job, or if you're doing everything you're supposed to, don't let them run your hobby or business. If it's your fault, if it's your equipment, get out there and fix it. If it's not, and they want to complain, well, the worst they can do is say, "Come and get your equipment. We don't want the service no more." Fine. I don't have to have your headache, get headaches from you anymore for complaining when it's not my fault. No water off my back, I'll just come get my equipment, give it to somebody else. It's no big deal. Even if I was running this as a business, I would still do it the same way. If it's not any issues with my equipment that's causing their problem of internet not working, there's nothing I can do about it. They just need to fix the problem, get whoever it is to fix it. GFI is doing exactly what it's supposed to. If it gets around moisture, that's what's going to happen. It's going to trip. And even though they have the lid over it, but if the wind's blowing, that sideways blowing rain, it's going to get right up in there and it's going to make it trip. And plus, most of them RV parks that I got in are very aged, very old. So them plugs are going to be very sensitive over time. I even told him, I said, well, if it's tripping, I'm like, between showers, I said, if you got a drop cord, go plug it into the side of your RV or somewhere, something that's not on the GFI or anywhere. And that gets them by until they get it fixed. You got to, be creative to get it to work sometimes. But then you got them people say, hey, I understand the GFI is tripping. I'll just plug it in somewhere else. And as soon as I get it fixed, I'll just plug it back in. I don't even have to go out there. They understand why it went out. They understand the logic of how electricity works and how the component of GFI works. But then you always got them, a few in there. I forgot maybe less than a handful, probably people that not want to stay in reality, comprehend exactly what's going on. Yeah, Wallace Fan 17, I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't, a lot of people don't say I look that I'm going to be 60, and thank God I don't feel it. I still be able, I'm getting down on the floor and playing around with the grandkids. That's another reason. That's probably number one reason. And probably getting out before the heavy lifting and all that takes over my body and damage it. That's probably going to be number two. With the grandkids and the kids, that's probably going to be number one. I want to, instead of working 50, 60, 70 years and have maybe 10 years left, no, I want to flip the script. I want to work my butt off and then have more years of relaxing and time with the family and traveling and everything else than I did actually working. And thank God, so far, it has worked out that way. But that's what all I want to talk about really in this live show podcast. And I've already got next 2 weeks scheduled, and hopefully, knock on wood, that nothing comes about to prevent me from going live. But I do have 2 videos, Wednesday and Friday on this channel. Tuesday, let's see, Wednesday and Friday on this channel, and Tuesday and Thursday on the other channel. All the way through the 15th, I do believe. And I think this channel actually all the way through the 17th. But I'm going to try my best to go live every Sunday. And I'm not going to name the title of what I'm going to be talking about. I'm just going to say, just like I used to do. It's funny, ironic that talking about the comments there about heating and air. I used to have a live show, a hangout on Sunday, or was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. Saturday night hangout. All the guys got together and in a live broadcast on Saturday nights. So I decided to name it Sunday Night, the Sunday Night Live Podcast. And that way I don't have to change the title each week or whatever. I got cards over here of titles, the things I'm going to be talking about already. And I'm just going to, when I come up with an idea and I'm going to talk live about it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 shows right here. Things that people have asked me through email or text. And I just make a show about it and talk about it live so I can actually interact with the text chat itself. But I want to thank each and every one of you to come by. I know there's not that many here, but there's somebody here, and that's enough for me. Means I got some people that's willing to come over here and watch. And I know more consistent that I'm going to be on the live shows, more will show up, just like the heating and air. When I started out there, I was doing good if I got 3 people watching. And by the time I got finished, the last one I did, there was somewhere around 60 or 70 watching live because I was consistent every week because I pretty much didn't do anything on the weekends. So I got to be consistent about this so it will grow because I know since I've been putting 2 videos up a week, the algorithm has gracefully helped me to get more people to the channel. And I can see the views going up on each video. There's a few spikes of some of them, and there's some low ones, but there's people watching, so I'm going to keep going. Regardless how big the channel gets. I just love doing this, and I love sharing, and I love traveling, helping other people to possibly quit their 9-to-5, say, and actually start their own business, or work 9-to-5 and let this be a side hustle of positive income or passive income, and they don't have to do nothing but do a little bit of install. That's just like the one that's going to Bahamas. This one like in West Virginia and Kentucky. He's got somebody else up there that I went and talked, helping him get that started up there. So it's getting me with my kids and the grandkids, getting me to travel, and I'm enjoying the time of my life. And it's a real good feeling helping others to get internet because everything pretty much is internet now. I mean, it used to be flip cell phones. And now here we are got smartphones. Even your TV is connected. By golly, your refrigerator can connect to the internet now and tell you that you're low on eggs and bread through the app. And I love connecting people to the world. And I'm going to do it as long as I can. You never know when the last day is going to be here. But I'm going to enjoy it every day I can. Thank you for watching. Share the video, share the channel, subscribe if you hadn't, give the thumbs up, all that good stuff that helps out the channel, that tells the algorithm saying, hey, people are liking this channel and this content. We need to push it out a little bit more. I got people calling me and texting me from Africa, asking me how to set up equipment, saying I need to get this done, and this is the layout that I have. What radios do you think would be the best for this distance? They give me their coordinates, if it's not an address, so I can actually look up on Google Maps to see the plane as best as I can. They send me pictures. So we have a video conference and stuff like that and talk it over. They're out there on their cell phone and doing some live conference that way. And so I can actually see it in real time. As long as they have cell service out there. They say, well, I would show you, but we don't have cell service. That's why we need a WISP out there. So, but they take pictures and send them to me. And I enjoy every bit of it. I don't know how many parks I'm going to end up with. I used to tell people that if they want to buy any of the parks, let me know. Some says, yeah, I'll get the money. They talked to me for a month or two saying, yeah, I got some of the money together and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it's like they dropped off the earth. They didn't say nothing else about it. Still talk to them, still see them, but they don't say nothing else about it. So I stopped telling people that it's available. If somebody really wants it bad enough, they'll come to me and say, hey, are you interested in selling and letting somebody else take over any of your parks or all of it? And when that day comes, if it does, it won't affect me if it does or not, because like I said, I enjoy all this. And all the years I've been doing it, I know the time that people want internet installed the most. And the rest of the year, I can go travel and everything else. And I made everybody aware of June, July, and August is the 3 biggest, busiest installing time of the year, which makes sense. RVs, people on vacation, kids are out of school. But the rest of the year, I'm still 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. It's just rest of the year, not going to be guaranteed that if your internet goes out, I'm going to be in town or even the state to help you out. Nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can't just live and breathe nothing but WISP and that be my whole life. This is a hobby. I can't do that. And I don't want to go hiring people and getting vehicles, then it's running a business. Then I'd really be tied down and not be able to do anything. As long as I can do this and keep it working as smoothly as it is, I can still go camping when I want, I'm good. And I don't do anything on the weekends unless I don't have nothing else. But everybody understands, if you want me Saturday, you better ask me as quick as possible because I may already have something else to do. I might be working on another park doing infrastructure, and I'm not going to do any installs. Or I may be camping out of town somewhere. So they all understand that. And that's all the people, the owners or the secretaries say. The workers at each RV park knows that. And when they tell them, say, hey, if you need internet, get up with this guy. But most likely there's a good chance you won't get him on the weekend. You may have to be here on the week. And I've had people live 2-3 hours away and they say, well, I can be there Thursday. They will drive that 2-3 hours to be there that day for 2 o'clock to 3:30 for me to install. Then they will close up, lock up, and drive back the exact same day just to get the internet installed. That tells me that they know that the internet's good and they are willing to work with me to get it done. But that's all I have for this show. I appreciate you coming by and do all the good stuff. thumbs up, share, like, commenting. And I hopefully, if I get up and I get my coffee next week, next Sunday, I'll be doing this again. Talking about something about Wisp. Whatever happens this week. Maybe new updates of what's going on of the Bahamas. I don't know. But be sure look for the videos on this channel. It would be Wednesday and Friday night. Like I said, I got them through mid of April. Try to not flood the channel because not everybody has a lot of time, free time to sit and watch a movie or video every day. It's just like watching a show. Oh man, I got to get home. It's Friday night. My show's coming on. And then you can't wait till next Friday. Once a week, twice a week. You try to watch something that's coming on every night, it pretty much stops you almost doing anything. That's just like when I watched a movie back, I forgot when it was, but it was, I think I was still in high school. I think. But when they played the movie Roots and it was on every night for a whole week, I couldn't get nothing else done because I want to be home and watch that. To see the whole thing. I like on Saturday nights when my parents went out to do the grocery shopping every week, go out to dinner and all, me and my brothers, and sometimes my sister there too earlier, before she got married and moved out. Watched the shows on Saturday night. It was like the A-Team, Love Boat, Gilligan's Island, Adam 12, all them shows that came on Saturday night. We just couldn't wait to the weekend to watch the shows. I know it was, I was still living home, and I think I was actually in school, and it was me and my youngest brother, mainly the ones that actually were there. It was every Saturday night. Sit back and watch. Got the chocolate chip cookies and milk and started dipping and watching. Missed them days. But that's life. Nobody's here forever. Thank you for watching. And I will see you next week live. If the Lord is willing to get me up. Like that, my daddy used to say, if the Lord don't come and the creek don't rise, I'll see you next Sunday. Take care.